So just some reminders before we get into the video. First reminder is to make sure that you're keeping an eye out and an ear out for the keyword for this lesson. Reminder number 2 is to make sure you're taking notes. Include the date, lesson number, aim, and standards to help you refer back in your notes. Let's get to it.
So welcome back. We are on lesson 3. We are on day 1. Our aim is how can we apply rules of positive and negative numbers. So our warm-up for today is going to be solve the following expression. Make sure you show all your steps. So try that and we'll go over it. So you want to make sure you are subtracting, or you want to make sure you're identifying that you're subtracting. So you want to make sure you have a common denominator. Our common denominator would be 12 for both of them. So you need to find a value that's going to multiply by each numerator and denominator to get to 12. So 4 times 3 will give you 12, so numerator will be multiplied by 3 as well. So you have 3 over 12. To get from 3 to 12, you have to multiply by 4, so that means you multiply the numerator, you get 8 over 12. So here we have 3 twelfths minus 8 twelfths, 3 minus 8, you get negative 5 twelfths as your answer. Remember, your answer must be negative. The largest absolute value, that's what sign you'll use in your answer. Okay, let's move on to the first example in the lesson. So you want to make sure you are same sign add, and this is when you're adding and subtracting signed numbers. So let's say same sign, you're adding, you get 7. It's a positive 7. Same sign, negative 6, negative 3, you're going to get 9 because 6 plus 3 is 9. But here is a negative and a negative, so that means your answer is going to be negative. If you have a different sign, you're going to subtract. So if you have positive 1 minus 6, you want to find the difference by subtracting 5. So you get 5, and you're going to look at the larger absolute value, and you're going to take that sign as the answer. So you'd have negative 5. Negative 3 plus 7, 2 different signs. You want to find the difference between 7 and 3, which is 4. The larger absolute value is 7, so your answer is going to be 4. So let's try the first example. So here you want to make sure you're identifying whether you're going to have the same sign and you're adding, or you're going to find your different signs and you're going to subtract. So here we have the same sign and we're going to add. So we have negative 1/4 minus 1/2. Negative 1/4. I want to make sure this is an improper fraction, so I have 1/2 turns to 3/2. I want to make sure I have a common denominator of 4, so I have to multiply numerator and denominator by 2. So negative 1/4 minus 6 over 4. If I continue with the same sign, I have 7 over 4. It's a negative, which converts to negative 1 3/4. And that is my answer. Let's try number 2. So here we have now different signs. We don't have the same signs. So I want to convert my mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 2 1/5 would become 11/5 minus 3/2, which would become 7/2. I want to make sure I have a common denominator, so I'm multiplying both this numerator and denominator by 2, and this numerator and denominator by 5. This way I get my denominator of 10. 2 times 11 is 22. 7 times 5 is 35. And we still have a subtraction between. 22 minus 35, we get negative 13 over 10. And we're going to simplify that to negative 1 and 3/10. Okay, let's move on to the last guided practice. Try this on your own. Pause the video here and then come back and we'll go over the answer. So, Colin's account was overdrawn by $1,000.45. He made the following transactions. What is Colin's current bank account? So, you want to make sure you know that it's overdrawn by $1,045. So that means already you have a negative $1,000.45. So they're going to be values that you're going to be adding and values that you're going to be taking away. So I'm just going to draw a table of things that you're going to add. Thing that you're going to add, and then things you are going to subtract and take away. So we have a withdrawal, which is not going to be positive. It's going to be taking away from the account. Automatic debit, again, that's taken away from the account. Your paid utility bill is something that's going to be taken out of the account, whereas a check deposit, it's going to be adding to the account. So we have $62.50 and $102.75 and $94.33. And the other side of money added to the account is $33.65. So now I need to combine all of this. So if I have all of these that are negative, what I can do is I can say I'm going to add them all up and then make sure the answer is going to be negative. When you combine all of this, you're going to get $1,260.03. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that value, you're going to make sure you add that to the 33.65, and you notice they have different signs, so you have to take the difference and then take the sign of the larger number or absolute value. So you're going to get negative $1,226.38. Okay. So if you're in class, please continue to complete your independent work. If you're at home, make sure you're checking Google Classroom for your assignment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.